After yesterday's bipartisan vote in the House to impeach the president, the Senate will once again preside over his trial. Now, when will that happen, and what are the potential consequences for President Trump?
Joining us right now is political science professor Stephen Caliendo with North Central College. Hey, thank you for coming on this morning. Appreciate the time.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yesterday's, debate, he was heated with Republicans arguing there's no need to impeach a president who's basically packing his things and leaving the White House. Do they have a legitimate argument?
The point wasn't to remove him from office. I think the pressure came last week that he should have resigned, and if he wasn't going to resign, then the vice president should move forward to assemble cabinet to invoke the 25th Amendment. Neither one of those things happened, and so I think the point that the Democrats have said that they're trying to make is that a president can't just do anything he or she wants to do in the last days of their term. And so this was an important signal to be sent. But certainly the trial is going to be about much more than removing the president from office, because as you noted, he'll be gone already by then.
Next hour, Anita and I are going to be speaking with one of the 10 Republicans to vote in favor of impeachment. That, of course, is Adam Kinzinger. My math may be wrong, Professor, but I've got Trump winning his district by 16 points. What does his yay vote mean for his future?
It'll be a challenge if by 2 years from now, when election time rolls around, or almost 2 years from now, public opinion doesn't switch. But it can. I mean, if you think about how things moved in Watergate, a lot of Republicans supported President Nixon for a long, long time. It wasn't until close to what we think now is the end, that is President Nixon's resignation, that there was clearly a bipartisan movement to have him leave. That could happen, and lots of Republicans could turn against President Trump as more evidence comes out about what happened last Wednesday. But as it stands today, it was a very brave thing for those 10 members to do. Their political futures are certainly questionable after doing so.
Yeah, well, our country is more divided than ever following those riots inside the Capitol. But how does the action Congress take against the president help the country to get unity when there were 75 million people who did vote for him?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of calls of the Democrats ought to back off in the name of unity. And I think that makes sense only if the president admits that he did something wrong and that he feels sorry for it, and they shouldn't be further punished. He had an opportunity yesterday. The president released a video calling for no more violence and saying that there shouldn't be violence. But he did not congratulate the former Vice President Biden for winning the election. He didn't say that his previous calls that the election was rigged were false and that he's sorry that he made them. And so until there's some contrition, I don't think it makes much sense for the Democrats to back off. They have important work to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Some would argue, Professor, that there's a lunatic fringe now attached to the Republican Party. We all saw the images of that guy wearing that Camp Auschwitz shirt. He's been arrested. How big of a problem do you think the GOP has when it comes to hate infiltrating its way into the party?
I think it's a very big problem, and I would think less that if I didn't hear some of the speeches that were given on the floor of the House of Representatives yesterday, defending the president and pushing back on Democrats' call. I mean, I think they had an opportunity yesterday too to be united, and if they wanted to be united, they could have all joined the impeachment effort, especially because there wasn't much substantively to lose. The president was leaving office in a few days anyway. So that part of the Republican Party, it's not just the lunatic fringe. It's folks who have a hard, fast white supremacist ideology that manifests in lots of different ways. And the Republican Party has to come to terms with that as they move forward.
Well, we're going to have to leave it there. Professor Stephen Caliendo with North Central College, a frequent guest and friend to us here in Good Day Chicago. Always good to see you, sir.
It's good to see you both. Have a great day.
You too.